Good morning to the all participants and organizers. I am very much thankful to all of you for inviting me to present my work on the day of Science Day celebration in your institute, ISBM. I am very much thankful to all of you, sir. Today's my talk is on spectroscopic parameters of red emitting europium doped La2, Ba3, B4, O12 phosphorus for display and advanced forensic application on the application based upon Jadov fault analysis. Myself, Dr. Jagjit Kaur Saluja, Professor, Department of Physics, Government VYT PG Autonomous College, Durg. Actually, in my lab, we are preparing phosphors which are useful in display devices as well as for LEDs. LED light emitting diodes are the future scope of our country, and we want to prepare low cost LEDs for which we have our lab in which we have muffle furnace in which we are preparing phosphors. Outline of the presentation is, first I will talk about the introduction, what is our work, then the popular examples of luminescence, devices for luminescence measurements, phosphors for solid state lighting devices, preparation methods which we are using for synthesis of sample, characterization techniques, characterization by PL photoluminescence spectra, and CIE coordinates for which we can confirm the colors of the samples which we are preparing, fingerprint detection for forensic applications, then applications of luminescence. Finally, we will come to the conclusion and what is the future work and small contribution to the field of luminescence. These are my outline of the presentation of today. First of all, we want to know what is luminescence. Before going to the luminescence, we all know that the phenomena of cold emission of light is known as luminescence. On the other hand, the phenomena of hot emission of light is known as incandescence. Luminescence is the emission other than black body radiation. Here we have taken luminescence because lumen, that is the Latin word that means light. All these phosphors which we are preparing and which are related to luminescence are light bearing samples. Uh, the light vision of the future and generation by generation, if we see that in first generation we all aware about the fire, in second generation it is incandescent bulbs, in third generation we know that these are fluorescent lamps, CFLAs, and fourth generation is LEDs and OLEDs. Our present status of the work is presently so many workers working with the increased luminescence efficiency for rare earth doped phosphorus. Here we have also selected europium as a dopant. Some workers have done the work for increased lifetime of rare earth doped phosphorus. Some work has been done for upconversion of luminescent materials. So many workers have done their work for production of white LEDs. These are light emitting diodes with single host materials. In this field, many work for good CRI, color rendering index for display panels has been done. Recently, the development of red color emitting phosphors is one of the hot research topic in the field of solid state lighting, since it has significant applications in the white light emitting diodes with high color rendering index and improved brightness. Our aim to work with the effect of europium we have selected as a dopant, EU3 plus doping concentration. We have varied the concentration of the sample europium from 0.5 to 2.5 mole percent. On the photoluminescence study of borate phosphorus, detailed process and possible mechanism for PL is studied. Based upon Jadot-Felt theory, the intensity parameters were calculated from the emission spectra of these phosphors which we have prepared, borate phosphorus, with the europium 3 plus doping. Our results compared with commercially available compounds, and it is found suitable for commercial compound, hence it may be used as a potential candidate for red phosphorus. Optimized phosphorus, particularly for 2 mole percentage, has been tested to use that latent fingerprint sensors. These are some literature survey, luminescence mechanism study of potential scintillation crystals in science array growth and optical properties. These are some references which we have used to explain our work. Method of synthesis of sample. There are several methods we know for preparing phosphorus. First is combustion method, another is co-precipitation method, and third one is solid state reaction method. We have used solid state reaction method, but why? The solution combustion method of phosphosynthesis is an easy and quick method, but the morphology of particles which are prepared are not very good. Co-precipitation method possesses many advantages, including environmental protection, safety, convenience, and the potential for large scale. But in this method, it is difficult to control the morphology and size of the product when the reactions are performed in the aqueous solution. In solid state reaction method, that is the conventional method, starting material are in powder form. Although this method takes 4 to 5 hours, but morphology of samples prepared by this method is very good. These are some techniques which we have some instruments in our lab which we have used for preparing the sample. First one is this one is single pan balance. Sorry. Single pan balance. This one is single pan balance. This is pestle and mortar. This is crucible, alumina crucible, and this one is muffle furnace, which we can go up to 1500 degree centigrade temperature. In this single pan balance, we weigh the sample, crush the samples, and then put in a crucible, transfer in alumina crucible. Then we put it in a muffle furnace. Characterization of the samples. The prepared samples will be characterized by the following techniques. First, structural characterization, for which we can use X-ray diffraction, XRD. We can more accuracy we can get from SEM, that is scanning electron microscopy. Then is Fourier transfer infrared spectroscopy, FTIR, and transmission electron microscopy, TEM. We have for optical properties we have used photoluminescence studies to investigate photoluminescence property of prepared samples, then CIE coordinates, and then fingerprint detection techniques. These are the XRD results which you can see from here. We get the XRD pattern for orthorhombic structure. This is the file number and all these details are given in this. Here we have SEM images in which this one is XRD. This is SEM images in which you can see we have got the size of the particle 100 nm. This is the FTI spectra of prepared sample doped with europium. Here you can see the values by taking the by observing this graph, which shows that we have prepared the correct sample. When we go to TEM images, you can see the plate-like structure. Devices for luminescence measurements. Experiment in luminescence requires our basic element, that is light source, light dispersing element, and a sample compartment and a light detector. This is a photofluorometer. Here we use source, excitation monochromator. All these are in this compact box. Sample holder, there is a sample holder where you can put your samples. Then it is emission monochromator. This one is excitation, this one is emission, then detector, and you can read the results. This is the excitation effect spectra of La2 Ba3 B4O12 doped with Eu3 plus doped phosphor. Here we have excited it with 254 nm, and we got this type of graph. When you take the photoluminescence emission spectra of the prepared sample doping with europium, you can see that here these are the different mole percentage of europium. This one is 0.5 mole percent black, this orange is 1 mole percent, blue is 1.5, green one is 2 mole percent, and this pink one is 2.5. So you can see that we are getting the very good PL spectra for 2 mole percent, which is in 541 nm, and another is 588 nm, and next is 626 nm. So we can interpret it when we concentration quenching. We can see the concentration quenching phenomena when we draw a graph, concentration versus integrated intensity. We can see that after 2 mole percentage, if we go to back, uh, you can see that if we go to 2.5, the concentration quenching starts. So after 2, this one is 2 percentage, concentration quenching starts. This is the comparison between the other polyborate phosphors. You can see that it is Y2BA3 B4O12 doped with EU3 plus, Y2SR3 B4O12 doped with EU3 plus, and YSR3 B3O9 doped with EU3%. This one, this shows the black one. This one is orange, and this is blue. You can see the comparison between these phosphors, how the intensity that Y2 SR3 B4O12 doped with EU3 plus showing the good results. When we explain or we can discuss Jadot-Feld analysis, that is oscillator strengths, optically the JO theory, that is Jadot-Feld theory, allowed analyzing the possible mechanism of relaxation of the trivalent lanthanum ions affected by the emission of the host material. Various spectroscopy parameters of EU3 plus in LBBO host are estimated via Jadot-Feld theory in order to examine the exact site symmetry and luminescence behavior. The behavior of radiative potential of EU3 plus ions in LBBO host are obtained by estimating different intensity parameters, that is omega 2 and omega 4 also. 2 is related to asymmetric nature of EU3 plus in LBBO crystal, while 4 depends on the long range effect. These are the table for Jadot-Feld intensity parameter, radiative transition probability, and radiative lifetime of these phosphors. Variation of mole percent is from 0.5 to 2.5. These you can see the transitions from 5D0 to 7F1, 5D0 to 7F2, 5D0 to 7F3, particularly for 0.5 mole percentage of europium. Similarly, you can see these are the results. This one is for 0.5. You can see the transitions. When we go to 1, it is this one, 1.5. You can see the transitions are almost same. Here you can see for 2. Here you can see for 2.5. This is the CIE coordinate for LBBO doped with EU3 plus phosphorus. Here you can see that CRI is 91.4. We have calculated it. X is here when you go to x-axis, it is 0.67, and y is point. From here you can see that it is 0.31. So it is almost in the red region, red color. Color rendering index, you can see here good light quality and bad light quality. We can see from this photograph also. This one is good light quality, this one is faded, and you can see it bad light quality. For pure white light, CRI should be greater than 90. Advanced forensic application of our samples are glass. If we put your finger, images developed by LBBO doped with EU3 plus phosphorus from glass, and freshly cut green leaf. You can see also this is freshly green cut leaf. Then this is for polythene sheet, and you can use it in mobile phones, which is our latest development. You can use the finger, and you are using actually, not used. As far as the thermal luminescence studies are concerned, you can see that these are the TL glow curves, temperature versus intensity. Here you can see that we are getting the peak at 94.38 degrees centigrade. When experimental glow curves, you draw comparative study of experimental and theoretical glow curve. These are the curves which are here, different peaks you can see here. Next, we have studied the photoluminescence and we have studied the thermoluminescence. Then we come to the conclusion that in present work, La2Ba3 B4O12, that is LbBO borate phosphorus actually doped with various concentration of europium 3 plus ions, we synthesized by the solid state reaction method. Then the photoluminescence emission measurements upon excitation in ultraviolet, that is wavelength was 254 nm, showed the characteristics emission lines of EU3 plus ions within 550 to 650 nm due to the transitions which we have seen, that was 5D0 to 7F. J can be 0, 1, 2 and 3, which we have seen the transitions of europium 3 plus ions. The occurrence of charge transfer band in the excitation spectra has been explained in details. The PL intensity was increased with the increase of EU3 plus concentration up to a certain extent, above which the PL intensity decreased owing to the concentration quenching. This has been explained on the basis of electron-phonon coupling and multipolar interaction. So, important point is that on which basis you are explaining. Again, important spectral parameters were calculated via the Zuerdersfeld approach. This observation concludes that the prepared phosphor is good emitting phosphor for the ultraviolet excitations. The prepared phosphor doped with europium, we have seen the results that it was very good for 2 mole percentage of the europium. Is useful for solid state uh, lighting applications, and in commercialization material may be promising material for optical display as well as fingerprint detection applications. Thank you very much for listening this my presentation. Again, I am very much thankful to Swami sir, Deshmukh sir and all the organizing committee uh, for inviting me as a resource person to explain my work. I am very much thankful to all the participants and all the students of ISBM University, and you all are welcome to do your work in my lab also, and some of your faculty members are, and even some students from ISBM are doing projects in my lab. I also very much thankful to Swami sir again and all the entire staff of ISBM giving me this type of opportunity to deliver my lecture. If you have any queries, you can ask the questions. Thank you very much.